Welcome back, treasures. Today I am pouring some resin for the first time ever. This video today is part of a collaboration with the channel Discovering the Art of Living. So thank you, Sue, for putting this on. Today's collaboration is about courage. So you may be wondering how this craft is incorporating courage. Well, I have wanted to do resin for a very long time, but I've been afraid of screwing it up, honestly, just because resin isn't necessarily a cheap craft. And if you watch my channel, you know I do appreciate cheap crafting. And so knowing that I probably was not going to have the experience that I wanted the first several times of working with resin has just put me off and scared me away from actually working with it. So today I mustered up some courage to overcome that fear and just go ahead and work with this resin. And if I screw it up, I screw it up. If it doesn't come out how I want, then that's fine. But it's never going to get better if I don't start playing with it some point. And the craft that I'm making today are some mini gravestones. And so this also represents courage for me because death is transformation. And so I see that as a symbol of transforming and giving in to one thing and letting it go away so that it can become something new. And I've really been trying to work on that more in my life lately. I very much appreciate transformation, and it's part of the reason that I like skulls and that kind of creepy aspect, because it does remind me that everything has a season, and seasons come, they go, they end, but that brings something new. So it's about that rebirth into something that's even better. So that is kind of my representation for courage today. I know it's a little out of the box, but if you've watched my channel, I would hope that you would expect no less than a little off normal from me. So again, I'm just making these little mini gravestones, and you'll notice that I add some stuff to my resin here, and it is actually dried rose petals. And I thought that would be nice to kind of put something organic in there as well. I didn't expect them to float quite as much as they did. So let me know if you work with resin. Kind of looking out to a couple of you channels here, Cobwebs and Pixie, Series Pixie, if you guys could let me know. Would have been better if I had poured half the resin in there, did the rose petals, let it set, and then before I demolded it, filled the rest up with resin. Is that a thing? Does it work like that? Gosh, I don't quite know there. So, I mean, I guess, you know, mixing like glitter or colors in it, I get that and I understand that concept. But maybe I should have gone ahead and mixed all the rose petals into the resin itself before I poured it in. It shouldn't seem like that would work out to me, but I don't know. Maybe that's the trick. I obviously did not pull it off correctly. But I'm actually fairly satisfied with how they turned out. I did, try to get some of the bubbles out, but I obviously needed to do a little bit more work there. I did get a little bit of some bubbles right on the bottom or the face kind of the gravestone, but you can still see all of the shapes, so it actually came out better than I expected my first time working with resin to come out. How was your first time? Have you ever crafts here, people, crafts, okay? You ever been scared to make something and put it off for a really long time, and then you worked up that courage to do it? How did it turn out? Were you more satisfied than you expected, or was it a complete disaster and you were scared off and never worked with it again? I have about the same amount, a little bit more. I used 4 ounces a bottle, and you saw me measure it out exactly on a food scale. They were 8-ounce bottles a piece, but it looks like there's more than half left in each bottle. So not quite sure. Maybe it was a little bit more than 8 ounces. But so I have about this same amount left to try again. So if I can kind of figure out some ways to do a better job next time, then I might attempt more gravestones, or maybe I'll work on something else. I have a couple more of these little silicone molds, which I just love them. They are fantastic. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you like this craft. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my courage to muster it up and work with resin for the first time. And I really hope that you let me know below any crafts that you've kind of had that same experience with, a little bit nervous, decided to do it, and then how did it turn out for you? And also, if you're new here and you're not yet a subscriber, be a treasure. Hit that subscribe button below. You won't miss out on any of my crafting adventures, and some of them are kind of crazy, kooky fun. So I hope you'll join me again, and I'll see you next time. And until I do, keep crafting, friends.